Right, this is not going to be your usual Black Friday sim racing video. I'm not going to be like, spend your cash now, buy this now, insane deals, mega deals, don't miss out, just use my link and buy it. I'm not that sort of dude, you know. I really care about you. I want you to have a great experience in sim racing. I want you to buy equipment that you're not going to regret. I want you to feel good if you bought something that you got it at a good price and a good deal, and that's going to kind of give you goodwill and good momentum as you use the equipment over the years. I know that I've certainly felt like that when I've genuinely got good deals. So I'm not just going to be saying buy this. In fact, there's going to be things I say don't buy it. This is not a good price. So in this video, I'm going to go through major brands. I'm going to let you know about pre-Black Friday prices, Black Friday prices where they exist, what is going to be a good price, what is not a good price, anything we should be avoiding, anything that's actually a good deal, what feedback I've had from the years of reviewing sim racing equipment, from issues about products, what products I reviewed that I haven't heard issues about. And like I said, I think a couple of years ago, I was pretty much the only YouTuber saying, don't buy from this certain brand at the moment, because I don't know whether you're actually going to get your equipment or get your warranty fulfilled. I don't know which brand we're talking about, Fanatec, but other YouTubers were just shilling affiliate links at the time. So that's what I'm going to set out in this video. We've got Thrustmaster, Logitech, Moza, Fanatec, Revosim and Asetek. We'll talk about other brands at the moment, but this is going to be super relevant if you're looking at these sort of brands and these sort of prices and you're wondering what's the difference. You know, there's all sorts of trickery about, some have load cell pedals, some have different quick releases, so we're going to get into it. Right, let's start with Thrustmaster, and this is already going to be interesting because I'm sure when the T598 came out, and I was one of the first people to try it in Germany, one of the first people to review it, I'm sure it was $499. But at some point, it went up to $599. Okay, US tariffs, obviously, but it kind of went up to $599. Now for Black Friday, as I record this video, Thrustmaster happened to just release their Black Friday pricing. This has gone down to $529. So for $529, you're getting a 5 Nm direct drive base. You're getting the bundled, quite basic Thrustmaster rim, and you're also getting the very basic, I would say, Thrustmaster Raceline non-load cell pedals. Now, that is very competitive on pricing because this is PlayStation compatible. You can't buy this base just for PC, like just save some money and have PC only compatibility, which is interesting. Logitech do that, Fanatec do that, but for Thrustmaster, you have to get the PlayStation compatibility. But this is still one of the best deals you can get for $529 for a PlayStation compatible direct drive wheelbase that has a bit of an ecosystem about it. What ecosystem? You can already get stuff like the SF1000 I have sitting here. You can also get stuff like the 488 GT rim. They're also going to be bringing out the TGT rim, which is really nice for the T598, and they're also going to be bringing out a hub system, and they're also, most importantly, going to be bringing out the load cell upgrade for the Raceline pedals. That does look really nice. That's going to be about €140, $140, I think. So $529 for this is a good price. I think in the UK it's now under £400, which it has been before. So I think it's like £389 or £399. That's a good deal. However, I have had lots of feedback from people who've bought this wheel over the last 12 months really and had an issue with the power supply on the back. Thrustmaster say it's something to do with around the power connection. I can't remember if it's on the PSU side or the wheelbase side, but they have a fix for it. They say that new wheelbases don't have this issue. You have to keep letting me know. If anyone's bought a wheelbase from the summer of 2025 onward and you still have a power supply issue, let me know in the comments. However, Thrustmaster have a process. If you email Thrustmaster, let them know that you're a subscriber to the KIRETH'S channel and that you have an issue with your power supply, they should be sending a new power supply. But very important I mention that because I've had a lot of feedback about this issue. I don't know if it's common for YouTubers to do this, by the way, to like go back on products and say, even when I reviewed it, I didn't know there was an issue, but now I know I'm going to tell you. But I feel like we all should, right? We totally should. But anyway, Thrustmaster 529, that's their Black Friday deal. You can buy it now. You can get the load cell later. It's not the best pedal set in the world at all. But if you're on PlayStation, Gran Turismo, that $50 that you're saving, you can spend on a couple of sims or something. Project Motor Racing coming out, Rennsport if you're particularly brave, or even Gran Turismo if you don't have it yet. So that's Thrustmaster. I think that's a good deal. I do have affiliate. I think I probably have affiliate links for every brand in sim racing. So I'll put them in the description. If you're ever thinking about buying something, just please click my link first, because if you decide to buy it, the brand sends me sometimes 2%, sometimes 5% of your total order as like a little thank you to me for informing you about the product. It doesn't cost you any money at all, so it's really helpful. Some YouTubers I think make a load of money from affiliate links. I'm going to start doing a better job of listing my affiliate links as well. Okay, let's move on to Logitech now. Logitech is very interesting. By the way, one of the bases on this table, they've been running 200 euros off, and I don't think anyone's really known about it. Now, Logitech, very, very interesting. I had to do some stuff myself because there's some wizardry you can do. I have a discount code called just KIRETH. You put it in the box. Now, there's ways to buy this, there's ways not to buy it. Firstly, the product itself. This is an 8 Newton meter direct drive wheelbase from Logitech G, and the full bundle with it is also a load cell pedal. It comes with not 100 kg, it's either 80 or 90 kg, and also it has a hub system as well. So you get a hub, and then you can add different rims to it. I've been using Logitech G Pro for many years now. I really feel like the base is essentially very similar to the G Pro. However, I do feel like the G Pro pedals, the Pro pedals, are better than the RS pedals. They're a bit more stylish. They're a little bit more sturdy as well. So that's my opinion, having driven quite a bit on the RS pedals, but also driven a long time at a high level on the Pro pedals. So it's a great base, this. I've been using it. It's got true force. It's one of these bases where people have bought it. They're coming back in the comments and saying, really glad I bought this. It's transformed my racing. If you're stepping up from a G923 or any other belt or gear driven wheel, it's going to be insane. It's better than the T598 as a base for sure. The pedals are better than the T598. The rim offering is arguably not as good as Thrustmaster because you don't have for example, a Formula 1 wheel with a screen. But I do like the quality. The quality of the base hub and the rim is actually better than the base rim for the Thrustmaster. So yeah, Logitech have kind of outdone Thrustmaster, I think, on this product, but it is more expensive. So what you don't want to do, if you're looking to buy this, you don't want to buy the RS bundle, weirdly. You want to add everything to your basket individually and then apply my code, which I've just put it in here. There's a total of $130 discount. I did a bundle where I put the PlayStation base and the Xbox rim. So I think that is the best, that has the best resale value. So if you decide to upgrade in the future, or if you don't like it, you want to sell it, I feel like if you've got the PlayStation base and the Xbox rim, it's going to have max resale, because you can, in terms of, not saying you're going to resell it 100%, but it's the best possible version of this bundle you can do for resale value. So that comes to $779. However, I think you could take $100 off that if you didn't, for example, get the PlayStation base. So it's $779 if you want compatibility with all 3 platforms, or if you want to just have it PC, so just a PC base and PC rim, it's $646. So that is $120 more than the T598. However, you're getting 3 Newton meters more power, you're getting true force, and you're getting load cell pedals, and everything's just, I think, a little bit nicer than T598. So interesting, T598 is cheaper. Again, if budget is your main priority, you just want to get racing, you want to try it out at the lowest possible cost on PlayStation, for example, T598 is still the king here, no doubt about it. If you want something a little bit more premium, a little bit more feel, you want the true force, $646. However, that doesn't include PlayStation compatibility, $779 if you want to have all 3 platforms, so you can work out in the middle. Mix and match on the website, list everything individually, apply my code, links in the description, gives you the discount. But yeah, I wouldn't expect any big Black Friday deals on the RS50. Maybe they will do something on the bundling. So we'll keep an eye out. I'll update the comments and descriptions. Any deals you see, let me know. But I would say that for the base, I don't see it, for the PC bundle, I don't see it get much cheaper than $646. But that's me. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's move on to Moza. So Moza's really interesting, okay? This is the R3. I'm not that interested in the R3, because I think the R3 is either you want the R3 or it's going to be too little power. So let's go with R5, okay, because we're looking at 5 Newton meter, 8 Newton meter, and all the stuff over here. So the R5 bundle and Moza's Black Friday is $399. That is PC only. Moza doesn't have official PlayStation compatibility. Once you get above the R3, it doesn't have Xbox compatibility either. So $399 is cheaper than the 529 of the T598. So if you want a 5 Nm direct drive wheelbase for PC, on paper the R5 is the best way to go for $399 in terms of these brands. However, I really don't rate the SRP Lite pedals. I don't know why they don't do an R5 bundle with the SRP pedals. Even then, I don't massively rate the SRP pedals, but I really don't rate the SRP Lite pedals. So for $399, yes, you're getting a direct drive R5 system, and it is cheaper than the Thrustmaster, but I just feel like those pedals you're going to want to upgrade quite quickly. The pedals are going to, I think, actually hold you back there. So what I did is I had a look in the basket, and I went on the Moza website in the US, and I was able to put together a bundle for $648. So basically the same price as the PC version of the Logitech. So that is an R9 Moza base, a 9 Nm Moza base. They say it's a V3, but I don't think there were that many kind of like actual improvements to it. The KS rim, the Moza KS GT rim, which I really like, and also those load cell Moza SRP pedals. That is their Black Friday pricing. I think the SRP pedals are on a significant discount. They're $139 in my basket. I think before they were like $179 or something. Generally, Moza looks to be taking a flat 5% off Black Friday. I feel like they're taking quite a hard stance on Black Friday. They're not doing like mega discounts on things as far as I can see here. I am going to do a separate video with Moza on their Black Friday deal. So I'm just going to go through everything on the website and let you know honestly what I think about stuff and what the best combinations would be, like if you want to do GT racing, F1 racing, etc. But in terms of here, when we're comparing brands, I think that R9 bundle, $648, that's decent. You can see it compares with the Logitech. You're not going to get True Force, but you are going to be into Moza's ecosystem with all of the rims. You can go up the pedals to CRP2s, and then the active pedal with the M Booster. You can go up the rims to FSR, Moza Vision GS, which I think is normally on my PC here, and stuff like that. So yeah, Moza, not super exciting on Black Friday deals, I think, but I'll do a separate video kind of getting into the weeds in it. But I think that R9 bundle is competitive. So if anyone's looking about that, that's the Moza option at this kind of Nm range. Now let's get on to Fanatec. Fanatec's just kind of insane. I will need to do at some point a full video just on like the insanity of the Fanatec bundling system. So let's again look at like the 5 to 8 band. So their Black Friday deals are not open yet as I do this video. However, the whole point of this video is to understand what would be a good Black Friday deal where we don't know yet. So grant the GT DD Pro, which is a 5 Nm base here, the Gran Turismo rim, and the non-load cell pedals. Let me just double check which pedals they are. I think they're the basic CSL pedals, so they're non-load cell. That comes in at 5 Nm for $699. Okay, and that's QR1 as well. Not that that matters too much because you're just going to be using that wheel, but if you wanted to get the Porsche Vision GT wheel, you'd need to therefore upgrade your base to QR2 like I did with this review unit. I think all of these bundles here are review units, by the way, from all of the respective brands. Important that you know that. So that's, I think, a little bit expensive. $699 is more expensive than the Thrustmaster, but you're still not getting load cell pedals, although the rim is a little bit nicer. It's a little bit cheaper than the PlayStation version of the Thrustmaster, PlayStation version of the Logitech, but the Logitech you are getting the load cell pedals, and I think the rim ecosystem is actually a bit more premium in the Logitech one compared to the bundled rim for the Gran Turismo. And then when you compare it to Moza R9, you're getting 9 Nm, and I think you're getting a much better GT wheel with the Moza, but it's not on PlayStation. So there's lots of different bundles available on the Fanatec website, but I would hope, for example, that particular GTDD 5 Nm bundle could go for under $600. Because if that can go for under $600, then you're like, okay, well, I could get a Thrustmaster for $529, but I'd rather be in the Fanatec ecosystem if you value that for, let's say, $599, and then I can upgrade to Fanatec V3s, which I've got here, which are just really good low cell pedals. I can upgrade the rims as well. I can get different. So I just hope they can bring the prices down Fanatec Black Friday. As far as I'm aware, the logistical issues with Fanatec are nowhere near as bad as they used to be. Coursera's shaken things up behind the scenes. The equipment I've been reviewing from Fanatec recently has just been kind of working, even in the Fanatec app. So let me know what your recent experiences have been in Fanatec. But my impression is that Corsair want to kind of go above and beyond maybe what would be expected, because the situation Fanatec in previous Black Friday sales was absolutely dire. And I think it was actually irresponsible that maybe... Did you know, by the way, that when I was making videos on the Fanatec Black Friday situation about how people had ordered in Black Friday and didn't get their products until well into like the next year, some YouTubers had shares in Fanatec, so people weren't happy about me reporting on it. But anyway, I don't think I have shares. I don't have shares in these companies unless my pension is doing it. Right, let's go on next to Revosim. I don't think this is available in the USA yet. This is a new direct drive option from Revosim, who basically is a brand of Nacon. Nacon are doing loads of racing games. They've also gone into hardware. This is a 9 Newton meter direct drive wheelbase that comes with load cell pedals, and it comes with quite a nicely stitched rim, although I don't like the button caps look a bit childish to me. But the rim quality itself seems quite high. That is €799. We're talking euros, not dollars, but $799 I think is too much for this. It recently went on sale for $599. Yes, €599, 200 euros off. That's a huge sale. I have no inside information on this, but I would wait for them to bring that down to $599 again. Given it's gone down 200 euros, it seems to me like they have a track record of being willing to discount it. Now at $599, that's quite interesting, because $599 compares really favourably with the Thrustmaster. The Thrustmaster T598 in euros is $429, so it's $429. The Revosim on previous sale has been €599, but for that 170 euros, you're getting load cells, you're getting a nicer rim, and you're also getting 9 Newton meters over 5 Newton meters. So yeah, more expensive again than the Thrustmaster, but you're getting these little upgraded features. So Revosim, I think $599 is an interesting proposition. Let me know in the comments if anyone's bought Revosim, what your thoughts are on it. Is it turning out to be great and solid? Are there any issues with it? Let me know. To me, it takes design cues from, say, the Moza with the NRG quick release, but the back takes cues from the Fanatec, which is very interesting. In fact, let me show you this. That's what I mean by taking cues, okay? So that's Revosim. Now let's go on to Asetek. And Asetek, I read financial statements of sim racing companies. That's how I was so interested in Fanatec and was ahead of the curve there on the financial situation, I think it's fair to say. I also read the financials on Asetek. I've interviewed the Asetek CEO at least twice this year on the channel. I read the financial statements. I'll let you into a secret here. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. In exchange for this little secret in the end of their financial report says that they are going to be essentially liquidating is not quite the right word. They're going to be doing some sales on products to change their inventory to cash. They have too much inventory. They have too many products in their warehouse, let's say, and they want to have more cash. So they're going to do sales to do that. So I would expect Asetek to be doing some pretty impressive Black Friday sales. Just before I went to the Sim Racing Expo in Germany, they did an insane sale on the La Prima that was genuinely mad, and it sold out. And I interviewed the CEO, and he said that wasn't a small amount of stock, they had a decent amount of stock. So let's see, is something similar going to happen with Initium? What's the pricing like at the moment for Initium? Again, I'm not sure this is being sold in the USA at the moment. Asetek basically stopped selling in the USA with the tariffs, but in the EU it's 570 euros for a 5 Newton meter direct drive wheelbase, if I remember, but it is upgradable to 8 Newton meters with a power pack that you can just buy, I think, on eBay or Amazon. Same with the Fanatec. Comes with the controversially stylistically looking Initium wheelbase and the very interesting Asetek Initium pedals that are upgradable through things like load cell, etc. So that's 570. I don't know what kind of deal they're going to do. I don't even know if they're going to do a deal on Initium, but I would hope that we can see some discounting on Initium Because, for example, if Asetek want to really get a foothold in the market at this price point, if that goes under 500 euros, then you're thinking, should I get a Thrustmaster T598? You can see the Thrustmaster T598 leads so much to this pricing. Like, all credit to Thrustmaster. And when I interviewed, I think, the inventor of this product a year ago at its launch, he was like, we always had the price in mind. We could not compromise on the price. We had to make sure we were going to hit this price point. They were laser focused. And you can see that everything is kind of being compared to the T598, even where products have more features available. Anyway, if Initium can get around the 500 euro mark, you might go, for a similar amount of price as T598, I'll get in the Asetek ecosystem. There's a lot of upgradability. I might be upgrading my wheel rims. I might be upgrading my pedals. I might be upgrading the Initium equipment. And that's quite tantalizing. So we'll see what Asetek do. I feel like at the moment it's hard for brands to break into this space. It's hard for Revosim. It's hard for Initium. But they'll need to do some discounting for that to take place. So I hope for Black Friday we're going to see some genuine deals that kind of shake things up a little bit here. Okay, so $529 for the T598 is a good reference and benchmark point to see what other brands are going to do. Not sure Moza are going to do more. We'll see. Logitech may do a bit more if they really want to be aggressive, if they want to take market share. Fingers crossed. Fanatec are going to do something. Keep an eye when you're looking at Fanatec. It could be older bases with older QRs. So if you don't care about that, that's great. Get yourself a bit of a bargain. If you do care about it, just be aware. Revosim has been doing insane discounting already. Let's see if they can match it or do more discounts. We'll see. And something's going to happen with Asetek, whether it's Initium, whether it's La Prima, Forte, whatever, we will see. So I really hope you found this video helpful. I'm also going to do, like I said, a deep dive with Moza on their Black Friday deals. And if you want to see these in deeper for the other brands, just let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. Please use my affiliate links if you buy any sim racing equipment. I think for every brand I have it, at least through Amazon. It really helps me out. And yeah, happy shopping. Don't buy a bad deal. Don't need to rush to buy a deal. The brands, they want your money. They want you as a customer. And I'll see you in the next video.